Lauri Markkanen is finally on his way out of Chicago, so let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Hall back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk about the Chicago Bulls. So if you're a Bulls fan, and it is a very good time right now to be a Bulls fan, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button down below. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. And guys, make sure you hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Let's get into it. All right, so breaking news, Lauri Markkanen finally gets traded to another team as he is headed to the Cleveland Cavaliers, folks, in a three-way trade between the Bulls, Cavs, and the Blazers. I'm going to break down the trade for you guys real quick, but let me just start off by saying, man, does it feel good to get Lauri off this team. All right? I was a Lauri fan when we traded for him back when we had that Jimmy Butler trade. And the first 2 years, he looked good. He was a 19-9 guy, the new version of the NBA's modern-day big who can stretch the floor and shoot. But, man, have I soured on Lauri the last couple of seasons with his just no improvement in his game and just awful poor play. Like, he doesn't do anything at an elite level, and the one thing that he did at an elite level, he stopped doing, which was shooting. And now, this offseason, Lauri said he wanted out. And after he said that, I was done with him. I was like, let's move on. There were people talking about, oh, we can still keep Lauri on the team as a bench option or as a starting for us. I said, no way. No way. Get rid of him. I don't even care at this point. Get rid of him. Can't have that type of chemistry ruin the locker room. So he is gone. He's going to the Cavs. Let's talk about the deal itself. So here we go. This is the three-way trade. So the Cleveland Cavaliers get Lauri Markkanen in a sign and trade. So that's going to be about 4 years, $67 million. That's an overpay. Just saying for the Cavs. Good luck out there, Cavs fans, with him. And then the Bulls get Derrick Jones Jr., a protected first-round pick, protected second-round pick. And the Blazers get Larry Nance Jr. So I'm going to explain what these pick restrictions mean for you guys. But let's talk about the compensation in return. We wanted a first-round pick for Lauri. We got that. And a second. And Derrick Jones Jr. So I think this was a very solid deal. I'm not going to say a home run because we didn't get an immediate starter back in return. Like, for instance, if we got Larry Nance Jr. in this trade, who I would have loved because we need a power forward, I would have said this is a home run. But this is very solid. This is very solid for Lauri because this is a guy who you could have lost for nothing. And AK and ME, shout out to them, were still able to get solid compensation in return. Like Derrick Jones Jr., he's not going to start for this team, but he's going to be a solid piece off the bench. And, yeah, the Bulls are going to have some great dunkers on this team between Derrick Jones Jr. and Zach LaVine. And DeMar DeRozan is a nice dunker himself. But point being is he's a solid bench piece. You know, he can provide some energy. He's obviously very athletic. So a wing off the bench, solid depth is what he provides. As far as the first-round pick and second-round pick, yeah, we did get a first-round pick, but it is protected 1 through 14, which basically means that if the Blazers have a pick that is from the first pick to the 14th pick, they will keep it. But if it is 15th pick and onwards, it will go to the Bulls. So the Blazers have to be really bad to get a lottery pick, right? So if they are really bad, they'll get to keep their pick. And if they're not, which I don't assume they will, we're getting this first-round pick. I think we get it next year. And then a second-round pick as well. All right, so I think this is solid compensation in return for Lauri Markkanen, who we could have lost for nothing and who didn't want to be on this team. The Blazers get Larry Nance. I like that for them because Larry Nance is a solid player. And I'm trying to figure out what the Cavs are doing here because, folks, like, the Cavs have Kevin Love still on the team. Like, what is going on with this Cleveland team? I mean, I like some of their pieces in Colin Sexton and Darius Garland, but yeah, it just doesn't really make much sense to me. Again, for Cavs fans, if you're watching this, Lauri doesn't do anything at elite level, folks. He really doesn't, all right? He's just a spot-up shooter at this point, mediocre at everything else. Hopefully you guys can bring the best out of him. We saw some potential in him in that second year. Ever since, he's gone missing. So, good luck to Lauri, but I won't be missing him, all right, because he didn't want to be here and I didn't want him here. So happy that he's gone, and thank you to AK and ME for getting some solid compensation in return. And now I think the roster is finally set. I think this is finally set at this point. All we're going to bring in to fill out these roster spots are either veterans on a minimum contract or maybe some two-way players or something like that. But I think this roster is set, folks, and I'm very excited for this upcoming season, and I can't wait. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.